Okay, so when we are multiplying numbers in a base other than 10, we're going to multiply like normal, but we have to look at the allowed digits. And if the answer when we do the actual multiplication is not an allowed digit, or maybe it's a two-digit number like 31 or something, then you have to convert that to the base. So you're going to have to convert or change digits mid-problem. So in question A here, this top A, I've got 135 by 5. So times 5, and we're in base 6. So base 6 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to do the regular normal multiplication of 5 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25, but 25 is not allowed. So I have to convert this to base 6 by doing 25 divided by 6. So 6 goes into 25 4 times with a remainder of 1. So now this 1 is going to go here as a 1. And then the 4, get it in a different color, has to be added at the end of the next move. Okay, so now let's do 5 times 3. So 5 times 3 is 15, but 15 is not base 6. So I have to change it to base 6. So 15 divided by 6 is 2 remainder 3. So I have 2 remainder 3, and then I need 2. So 2 remainder 3 was 2, 3. But then after I have this 2, 3, I need to add the 4. So that is 2, 7. But 7 is not an allowed digit. So instead of writing 7, I'll think 7 divided by 6 is 1 remainder 1. So the rightmost digit will be 1. And now I have to add 1 here. So 3, 1. And again, this is in base 6. So the 1 goes down here and the 3 goes up. Now we'll do the multiplication one last time. So we're going to do 5 times 1, which is 5, which is an allowed digit, so that's cool. And then I need to plus 3 to it, which gives me 8. But 8 is not allowed, so I have to do 8 over 6 makes 1 remainder 2. So the 2 goes down here and the 1 goes up here. But now there was nothing to multiply 5 by, so we'll just put this 1 all the way out in front. So 135 times 5 in base 6 is 1211 in base 6. Okay, let's try again. So let's do 4, 3 times 4 in base 7. So 4, 3 times 4 in base 7. So just to keep a reminder, base 7, the allowed digits are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going to do regular old multiplication, and then we're going to switch it to base 7. So 4 times 3 in base 10 is 12. But 12 is not allowed. So we're going to convert 12 into base 7 by doing 12 divided by 7 is 1 remainder 5. So 4 times 3, like what this means, is 4 times 3 in base 7 is 1, 5 in base 7. So now the 5 is going to go down and the 1 is going to go up. So now for my next move, I'm going to do 4 by 4, and that I'm going to convert this. So I'm going to do this first, so 16. Now I need to convert to base 7. So 16 over 7, let's see, that makes 2 with a remainder of 2. So 4 by 4 in base 7 is 2, 2. But now we have another move that we have to do, because remember we had this 1 upstairs, so we had to then plus 1, which makes 2, 3. So the 3 goes downstairs and the 2 goes upstairs. Now there's not something else to multiply 4 by, so this 2 just comes down. So if I want to do 4, 3 in base 7 times 4 in base 7, that will give me 2, 3, 5 in base 7. So you're going to do the multiplication like normal in base 10, convert that to a 2-digit base 7 number, put the right digit on the bottom and the left digit upstairs as adding. Then you'll do the next multiplication, convert it to your base, then add 1, and then put the rightmost digit on the right and the left digit upstairs. And you keep doing this until you run out of digits to multiply. Okay, so let's try this one. 312 base 4 times 3 base 4. So I've got base 4. So just a reminder, base 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3. So I have 3, 1, 2 times 3. So we're going to do it regular in like base 10. We're going to convert to base 4, and then we're going to use that in our multiplication problem. So first we're going to do 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6, but 6 is not allowed, so we have to convert. 6 over 4 is 1 with a remainder of 2. So 3 times 2 in base 4 is 1, 2. And I'm not calling it 12, I'm calling it 1, 2. So the 2 goes down and the 1 goes up. Now we're going to do the next set of multiplication. So I need to do 3 times 1, that makes 3. Now 3 is an allowed digit, so I'm good so far. But then I had that plus 1, and when I do that math, that makes 4. Ooh, but 4 is not an allowed digit. So I have to convert this by doing 4 over 4 makes 1, remainder 0. So 3 times 1 and then plus 1 is 1, 0 in base 4. So the 0 is going to come down and the 1 is going to go up. Let's try again. So I need to do 3 times 3 and then plus 1. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9's not allowed, so I'll convert it. 9 over 4 is 2, remainder 1. So 3 times 3 in base 4 is 2, 1, base 4. But now I had that 1 upstairs to add, so I'm going to plus the 1, and that's going to give me 2. Oh, sorry, that's a big old marker. I'm going to do 2, 2 in base 4. So the 2 goes downstairs and then the 2 goes upstairs, But now there's nothing to multiply 3 by, so this guy is just going to come down. So if I multiply 3, 1, 2 times 3 in base 4, I get 2202. So now let's do one more. And I would encourage you to, pause the video and try to do this with the steps we just went over, and then watch the video to see, did I get it right? Okay, so now is your time to pause if you want to do that. So I need 1, 4 times 5, and I'm in base 8. 1, 4 times 5, and I'm in base 8, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to do 5 times 4 is the value 20 in base 10, but that's not allowed, so I have to convert. 20 divided by 8 is 2, remainder 4. So 5 times 4 in base 8 will be 2, 4. So we'll put the 4 down and the 2 up. Excuse me. Now I'll do 5 times 1. So that makes 5, which is allowed. So I have to then plus 1 to it, which makes 6. And 6 was allowed. So it's a one-digit number, 6. So 1, 4 times 5 in base 8 is 6, 4, base 8.